Hello and welcome to my channel. This is the professional teacher, and I held a live masterclass via Zoom on Wednesday talking about the structure of a formal of all types of letters in the general training task 1 writing module. This is a quick recap of what we did. So if you missed joining in live, this video lesson will help you to catch up on what we did. Here's a question on task 1, and the question reads: Mrs. Barrett, an English speaking woman who lives in your town, has advertised for someone to help her in her home for a few hours a day next summer. Write a letter to Mrs. Barrett. In your letter, suggest how you could help her in her home. Say why you would like to do this work. Explain when you will and will not be available. Write at least 150 words. You do not need to write any addresses. Begin your letter as follows. Dear Mrs. Barrett. Dear Mrs. Barrett is the opening of the letter, and you have been told to begin with Dear Mrs. Barrett. So here are the responses, and you will learn a thing or two to help you when you do your own write-ups. So the first person says Dear Mrs. Barrett and puts a comma. You must put a comma when you write the opening of your letter. I am writing in response to your advertisement requesting for someone to help you in your home for a few hours daily in the coming summer. That's a good introductory paragraph because it just simply paraphrases the background statement given in the question. The background statement given in the question is shown in this area. This is where you have the background statement, this part. Okay, so you see, you only just need to summarize that part in the introductory paragraph, and this is the opening. See the opening here, this part. Yeah, so Dear Mrs. Barrett is the opening, and you can see the introduction. However, in the first bullet point, here's the first bullet point. The first bullet point here says what? To suggest how you could be of help to her. It says what? Suggest how you could be of help to her in her home. And here, this person is saying, I would love to take this job because I have many years of experience and all that. The question did not say you should tell why you would love to take up the job. The question was, suggest how you could help her in her home. So that's why all these are struck out. Then the second bullet point question, again, I mentioned to them that each question should be answered in separate body paragraphs, in separate bullet point paragraphs. You should dedicate a bullet point to each. You should dedicate a paragraph to each bullet point, and you should leave a single line spacing. This is how you leave a single line spacing. If you are writing paper based, you just keep a line. If it is computer, this is where you put the, see, this is the space. Okay, so you just put a space in there, right? You can see between the bullet point paragraphs, you put a single line space before you move on to the next. See, this is the last line paragraph too. This is the last line paragraph. Yeah, so you put a single line space before writing the closing two. You put a single line space. This is a single line space here, and this is the closing part where you write yours sincerely. And because this is an informal letter, a semi-formal letter, typically the structure is the same in all the types of letters. You can go through that lesson on how to identify different types of letters and using the FRSC code. I'll link that in the description so that you can watch that to help you, and then also how to write the best opening and closing formats that examiners approve of. So the only difference between a formal letter and a semi-formal letter is that for a formal letter you write yours faithfully, and for a semi-formal letter you use yours sincerely. Okay, so you must write your full name. It could be an imaginary full name, doesn't have to be your real name, right? So this is the imaginary full name, Pamela Brown. There's no full stop. Okay, so the second bullet point asks, say why you would like to do this work. And here this response says, currently a student of Mountaintop University, I want this job because during that summer. It's completely off point. You see, this is completely off point because the question says, say why you would like to do this work. Why would you like to do this work? You don't go on veering off the point and saying something that responds differently to the question. This is the paragraph responding to that bullet point. And this student says, on the other days of the week, I will be working as an intern. I will only be available on Tuesdays and Fridays. Again, another mistake here is that the student has lumped the second bullet point question here and the third bullet point say explain when you will and will not be available. You know, I said that you should address each bullet point in separate paragraphs. So here this individual has lumped the two paragraphs, the two bullet points. So this is ordinarily supposed to be this part. You have one, two, three, and then you have the last line paragraph, but you are supposed to have four. So this individual has matched each bullet point paragraph, two bullet point paragraphs together, and that's a no-no, apart from varying of the point. And here I see that this student just wrote, currently a student of Mountaintop University, I want this job because during that summer I will be back home from school for 3 months. I will be only that means for the second bullet point question, you must always refer to the question so that you know you are not veering off point. Say why you would like to do this work. You have not said anything about why you would like to do this work. You just say you will be back home from school for 3 months. That doesn't say anything. And then you went ahead to talk about when you will be available and when you will not be available. That will not earn you a good band score. However, this last part that says this last line paragraph says, I looking forward to hearing from you, and I believe I can be of great help to you during this period. This part is filled with grammatical errors, and you know it's not properly constructed. So look at this part. That's this part. I look forward to hearing from you. It's not properly constructed. So let's look at the second response quickly, so that you will learn one or two things. So here, this person writes the introductory paragraph correctly, saying, I am writing as regards. So again, when you want to write a formal letter, a semi-formal letter, you're going straight to the point in the beginning of the introduction by using phrases such as I am writing as regards, I am writing in response to, I am writing to. Those are the phrases you begin with. So here you say, I'm writing as regards the advertisement you made requesting for help in your home for some hours daily in the coming summer. I am interested in working for you during the holiday period. This is a good one. This is a good one. Yeah, it's a good introduction using the background statement given there. Then the second bullet point says, say why you would like to do this work. And here, this second response says, I will be useful in different areas of house chores, such as laundry, cooking, cleaning, and also helping to care for your pets. I would also help with grocery shopping occasion at so this, if need be, shouldn't have been there. This person should just rewrite that statement. Of course, you know that a paragraph should have at least 2 sentences. Okay, so this is also very nice. I'm going to give a half mark here. Okay, so now moving on, what's the second bullet point? Second bullet point says, say why you would like to do this work. So why would this person like to do this work? Said, I am so much interested in this job because I want to lend a helping hand, bring smiles and great relief to you. I also know I could earn a little from this to support me in school once the break is over. So what is wrong here is this person could just have written in response to that question of why would you like to do this work. So you simply say, I would like to do this work because at the moment I am currently in school and will need to earn extra income to support myself in the payment of my fees and other living expenses. Then you explain that point further. So the only thing I find not useful is the first sentence saying lending a helping hand brings smiles and great relief. No, that's out of it. You can just have one idea. Yeah, you can just have just one idea and then you explain it by inventing extra details, just as I just did. Now the last bullet point says, explain when you will and will not be available. And you can see that this second response explains in the third bullet point. You can see this individual has addressed each bullet point in separate paragraphs to follow that structure. You can see this is the introductory paragraph, and this is the first bullet point paragraph. This is the second bullet point paragraph, and this is the third bullet point paragraph. So this individual says, I am available to work from Monday to Friday, while Saturday and Sunday will be for me to handle my personal life activities. Although I feel that can be rephrased in such a way that the grammar will be more formal, right? Because this is an advertisement requesting someone to come do a job by helping in the home. That's why this is a formal letter. However, we've been given in the question how to begin. Sometimes they will not tell you how to begin. They will just say begin with dear and just put dash dash dash. So it will be your responsibility to decide whether you are going to invent an imaginary name. If in the case of a semi-formal letter, you say dear Mrs. So. But for a formal letter, that you do not know who you are writing to, the recipient, you do not know, you just simply say dear sir or madam. But because this particular question has already specified, you simply go ahead with that. However, it is still a formal letter because you are writing a kind of application letter for a job. So I hope you would consider. So here I will be available to work from Monday to Friday, while Saturday and Sunday will be for me to handle my personal life activities. I think that should be reconstructed to make it more formal. It sounds rather the tone is not as formal as it should be. I hope you would consider me for the job, and I can start as soon as the holiday begins. Fair enough. But for a kind of formal letter, you should use this kind of ending here in the last line paragraph. What this person writes here, saying, I look forward to hearing from you. Yeah. So you usually should start with that. Thank you for, so you just say, I hope you would consider me for the job, and I look forward to hearing from you at the earliest. Okay? And the closing is properly done here. You have yours sincerely, comma, and you have the full name. All right, so I hope you'll be able to learn a thing or two with this, and you can attempt the question. You can attempt the question, and do not forget to implement the corrections. Yeah, I'll see you in the next lesson. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Let's reach 1,000 plus subscribers together. My name is IELTS-Banke, the professional teacher who helps you achieve your learning goals by breaking down hard concepts into simple, easy to understand learning points. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.